Okay. I was did have time. Let's see.
Bornoff, what's up?
J-Man Q. Oh man, I don't recognize your name.
Jason.
Oh, hey Copper Top. Yeah, just playing some Final Fantasy XIV. This is the latest. Well, what I'm doing right now isn't the latest, but I'm doing post-Endwalker content. Endwalker was the last expansion released. No Eaton the voice actor.
Chad's got another PS4, see how long that will last.
Don't jinx him. I am not tasty.
I told him to save up his money to get a 5 instead of a 4.
speaking of PS5s, the first game I'm getting when I get a PS5 will be the Demon's Souls remake. Oh, well, this actually has physics.
Going to try and get one when they go on sale.
Yeah, oh, Baldur's Gate 3 is going to be on the PS5, and I'm excited because I love D&D. I even have the first two Baldur's Gate on my PS4. What do we have here? Yep, like I thought. A spy. Finally, I can leave this lovely castle. I actually do like the aesthetic of it.
There it is.
You're a big gun.
Good. It agrees to serve. Get on.
Hey, Cthulhu! Cthulhu! Statue. Oh, piss off, you little gremlin.
What is this place?
My domain. In the beginning, it was a sanctuary for me alone. But over time, others began to gather here. Those who had nowhere else to go.
A settlement of pariahs.
What's that? Mortals! They're mortals! What's enticing ether? Let me have some, let me have some!
Try me.
Not fair. What's
For context, Jason, in this world that I am currently in, there is no true death.
You are under my protection here and will not be harmed. I give you my word. Follow me.
Ether is more or less life force. And these creatures are all starved for it. So, don't succumb to your hunger. Wow. No Aetherites.
Low.
Hello, Juno.
Hey Juno. They probably ate all the Aetherites.
Yeah, they became void sent, then they're just like, Ether! And just ate it all up. To summarize Zero here, Jason, Zero is partially mortal. She's not a complete void sent due to unique circumstances concerning her birth. Back when this world was going to hell. Oh, so this thing serves Scothage. Context, Jason. Scothage was a void sent boss you fought in an what's known as an alliance raid. And I fought her. I didn't kill her. She was devoured by a different void sent who we then had to fight.
Is all of these games connected to the Nintendo story as well?
Nintendo story? I don't know what you mean by Nintendo story, but unless it is directly stated to be a sequel, all of the Final Fantasies are not connected to each other. For instance, Final Fantasy X has a sequel.
Started off in Nintendo a long time ago in the early 90s.
The early 90s? Yes, the original Final Fantasy was on Nintendo. They have done remakes of older Final Fantasy games. But ultimately, unless they are stated as a sequel, they have nothing to do with each other. For instance, this Golbez they're talking about is originally a villain from Final Fantasy IV. However, he's making an appearance in Final Fantasy XIV, which is this, for a completely different reason. There are plenty of references and bosses and such from other Final Fantasies in this one. Heck, last year there was a crossover with
most Final Fantasies are self-contained stories with only references to others.
Yeah, the exceptions to that are the entire chronicles of Final Fantasy VII, Final Fantasy X, and the Final Fantasy XIII trilogy. There's also Final Fantasy IV also has an interlude and a sequel. Has two sequels. An interlude that connects Final Fantasy IV the after years. There are two online games, Final Fantasy XI and Final Fantasy XIV, which is this one. Last year, they actually had a crossover event with 11. The other spots. Ew. Meanwhile, elsewhere... Ah, Golbez's throne.
Not only did the mortals conquer Troya, they defeated Scarmalione. I struggle to believe it. Yet very small, my lords. were aided by one of our world, who transformed Scarmalione's soul into crystal. Crystal? This one speaks of Memoria. Now there's something I've not heard for an age. It'll bring a pang of nostalgia to my breast and a tear to my eye. If the very notion wasn't absurd! Drowned in darkness. That's what we all.
And yet Scarmalione still does not answer. Were he alive, he would have returned by now. Weakest though he was, his ability to regenerate was without peer. If this account is true, if a Memoriat has survived, they cannot be suffered to live.
Yeah, basically, Jason, Memoria is an ability from this world. Keep in mind, my character is from a different world, but in this world, Memoria can turn a soul into crystal, which keeps Voidsent from regenerating. So this is obviously a threat.
Leave this matter to me, Lord Golbez. I, Barbaricia, shall strike down any who pose a threat to our plans.
'Tis true, you are a proven commander, well suited to leading an assault.
And when I have succeeded, I would beg a boon of you.
What do you desire?
The dragon's ether. All that remains.
The insolence! No place!
With respect, my locks are free as the wind, without incentive to sway them. I know not whither they will blow.
Boldly spoken. I trust you will not disappoint me.
Upon this flowing hair and my immortal soul, I will not fail.
Then go and impress upon these interlopers the futility of defiance.
My lord.
If you want to see me, when my fight against Sacramento, Jason, look for the previous stream, because that's when I fought him. I got sweet revenge from my trauma of Final Fantasy IV. Come on, Ghosty Van. Siriato. Alright, how's this person going to get flattened? Wow.
Mauricio! She has come!
Been a long time since I faced you in 4.
Come.
And she's brought her domain with her. The Archfiend's after you and yours, I shouldn't doubt. Perhaps you should go and find them. But be warned, whatever this is about, do not expect us to get involved.
I can't bear it! Eating and being eaten! Are you never to be left in peace?
You and me both.
That thing with the 3 heads looks like the 3-headed bloater from Last of Us 2 Abby had to fight.
One of the archfiends approaches.
It actually didn't have 3 heads. It had multiple faces. Not the bloater, that void scent.
They must have been tracking our movements.
She's here.
Man, that's one hell of an upgrade. She's fine. That last saw her. Hey, Juno.
Hello.
Excellent. You've saved me the trouble of traveling to Troya.
So you're Barbaricia.
Mind your manners, mortal. My name is not to be spoken, save in reverence and fear. And what is this pitiful domain? Pitiful wretches all. I will put you out of your misery.
And the day. As she devours them.
Alas, poor Scarmiglione, and good riddance. Felled by outsiders in pursuit of what? Pray tell?
A dragon. One who crossed to this world thousands of years ago. Know you aught of it?
A dragon, you say? Huh. My Lord Golbez is more clever than I realized. To let the prize live, that it might lure more prey to us. Very well. In gratitude and service, I shall devour every last mote of their souls.
Where is she? Where is Ashdaya?
Huh. You even share its scent. How curious. And irresistible.
If you think us easy prey, you're wrong.
Unlike Scarmiglione, I need not skulk in shadow to claim what is mine. If you would know about the dragon you seek, then enter into my domain. You may flee instead if you wish, if the fate of the sorry lot here is of no concern to you. One way or another, I will have satisfaction.
What's the plan then?
Indeed. Yet she will have the upper hand in her domain. We must be no less than fully prepared.
We find her and get our answers. Will you be joining us, Zero?
You may be easily goaded into accepting her challenge, but my curiosity is not so insatiable as to cloud my judgment. Nevertheless, if you are desperate for my aid, you know my price.
I shall pay it. So long as you leave me strength enough to see my sister home, you may take as much as you wish. And lest you forget, mine is no ordinary ether. Barbaricia too recognized its potency.
For context, Jason, Varshan here is actually not a real body. Even though he looks like what's known as an aura, he's actually a dragon. And his sister, Asdaya, vanished into a void gate thousands of years ago.
It's basically his familiar.
Yeah, it's not really a familiar. It's more
A part of him.
We have a bargain.
Think of it as like being a spare body that you can use.
He takes off a part of him to be able to go around.
He doesn't take off a part of him. He literally just removes his eye, puts it in there, and he can control it like a robot. I just imagine that he has a special spoon for taking out his eye.
Up it right out.
Rises. Yeah, what we're talking about here, Zero, Jason, is your character is one of a number of people with something called the Echo. Yours, in particular, lets you see past memories. You can't influence them or anything, but it lets you see a person's past.
Basically, like any imprints of, usually it's through items, is the imprints of past memories kind of imprint on them.
Sometimes it's not even an item. Sometimes it just hits you right there.
Yeah, either items or areas where something has happened.
Sometimes just looking at someone is just boom boom. His name is Nisrock.
Or FF4
You're not the
music.
only ones who can ride the wind.
Remember, I have played before, so I recognize.
Leave these ones to us.
I see to Barbaricia.
That crystal lets me summon people. Story-wise, that's what it does. Gameplay-wise, it actually doesn't do anything. It just looks pretty.
Canon Duty Finder.
Yeah. You online?
Yep.
Okay.
Storm's Crown now available.
have to.
Already? I don't really remember her attacks because I've only fought her once.
By the way, the only thing I'm missing right now are the Trojan pants. So, literally, I have been the dungeon literally didn't give me the pants. While this is going on, I'm going to do hunts. Similar to other MMOs, you have to queue. This is what's known as a trial. In other words, not a dungeon, it's just a straight up boss fight.
Big boss fight.
Yeah, it's just straight up a boss fight. And dungeons in this game, depending on which expansion the dungeon is from, can have 3 to 4 bosses. Although the default up to now is 3.
Usually they stick with 3. That's been their kind of...
A Realm Reborn has some where it has more than that, but A Realm Reborn is the second iteration of this game. If you want to know what happened to the first iteration...
They blew it up. Literally. Figurative and literally.
That's not completely wrong.
Figuratively and literally.
Figuratively, literally. Like, you can look up what happened to Final Fantasy XIV 1.0. It was a disaster. And it got revived with A Realm Reborn, which continues 5 years after 1.0.
Hopefully.
My role is tank. I'm a Dark Knight.
Hopefully the other tank wants tank. To be main tank.
Why?
I'm just remembering the fucking with the mother crystal.
You're queuing up as a healer.
I guess that's true. I'm queuing up as a...
me worry about the tank.
I'm queuing up as a sage.
Sage is a shield healer class.
Yeah, I can put shields on them when I see like a big attack incoming.
Yeah. Raids, okay, the trials, let's see, after A Realm Reborn, most trials are now up 8 people. It used to be only 4.
What's like the earlier trials were for...
In A Realm Reborn.
Yeah, like it was like...
They were all 4. They were all, 4.
I'm pretty sure the extremes... I think hards and extremes were both 8 people, but like the normal...
But they were not required for the story.
The normal ones were all 4.
Yeah, after Realm Reborn, starting with Heaven's Word, all trials can start 8 people. 4 DPS, 2 healers, and 2 tanks. And no, you're not restricted to just one class. You can have multiple. I'll show you here.
Got 4 tanks, 4 healers, and there's like how many DPS are? There's a bunch of different DPS.
Yeah, see, this is Samurai. And let me show you a really cool trick.
You can show him the list of classes on your character.
Yeah, I can. Let's see, if I can do this, if I'm correct, I might be able to take out a chunk of this guy's health, or just kill him. It'll just kill him! Also have Paladin. And don't be fooled. I do have a shield. Jason, watch. My shield just looks invisible because I haven't what's called glam. I haven't glammed with a cross on the shield. Before you ask, Juno, it's the high one.
Okay.
From the Garo event. It's an invisible shield. We have Dancer. This is Sage, but I haven't started leveling it up. Sage always will start at 70.
Most classes, depending on what expansion they are, they're like 10 levels below their starting expansion level.
Machinist is a fun one. This is my third tank class, Gunbreaker. Then we have Red Mage. I'll zoom in so you can see better. Monk is one of the it comes from Pugilist, which is one of the starting jobs. Paladin comes from Gladiator. And this one is called Reaper. Like Sage, it actually came with the Endwalker expansion. And here's the class I am leveling up. Astrologist.
How's that going?
I'm level 78.
Thanks. I'm slowly leveling up all the classes.
Yeah, I did not get all of the, what the, I didn't move. My control must have drifted a bit. Whichever job you start with will determine which of the first 3 city-states you are in. Either Ul'dah, Gridania, or Limsa Lominsa.
Whenever I hear Limsa Lominsa, I just remember my idiot friend fucking saying it wrong. You wanna know how he said it?
Curse us.
You wanna know how he said it?
I just told you. Yes.
Limsa Lusa. I'm serious. That's how he's. I'm like, Dan, look at that again and fucking try again.
Dan is not the man.
Dan's a little special sometimes. We got 2 red mages.
I have had 2 red mages, like, all day.
Give yourselves to my scouring winds that I may feast upon your essence.
I don't know, I feel like I don't usually see a lot of red mages. People usually just go other things.
I had to.
Such exquisite beauty. My head shimmered with anticipation.
Oh fuck.
I had bone
You died at the last second, so...
I had bone stacks. I had like 1 or 2 bone. I had like 2 bone stacks, so it was kind of
Yeah, everyone stay the fuck out. You're dead.
Yeah, you just die. Only tanks and stacks.
You feel it too, do you not? You've done well to last this long. But the battle has only just begun.
I kinda wish more fucking summoners would like lower the fucking summon fucking thing of their... I don't want to see a giant fucking titan ass in my face. I'm going berserk!
Place.
throws out a lot, but it's not like it's anything that you wouldn't have like dealt with in like other fights.
Pretty sure I've never been caught by actual head.
Be gone from my sight!
Guy needs to stop fucking running away from the thing. Just throws him back in.
Yeah, I learned that from my first go.
Yeah.
Be insolent!
I learned that from my first time too, and then I stopped fucking doing it.
Yeah, after that...
I'll make it quick.
I just realized that Voodoo Warrior doesn't have the same.
He was having you tank, wasn't he?
Instant is what generates, well, we call it enmity, basically keep an enemy effect. A tank is what the tank does.
You're the one who takes the...
You're the one who's supposed to be taking most of the blows, because you have the health.
No! I will not be denied!
Honestly, only one death? That's not bad for my first time.
Yeah, if I was able to get you a second earlier, it wouldn't have been one death.
Hey,
This is literally 1 second damage tick.
Yeah.
Because I aimed for you for...
Let's be honest, I had like 3 Vuln staffs.
There's still time.
Yeah.
With more of the dragon's
is true.
ether, I can yet...
Vuln
You're
stacks make you
finished.
take more damage. You want to try and avoid it.
Damn it all!
And it can't be cured. It has to go. It'll only be removed once its timer goes down, or you die.
Yummy crystal.
Nothing.
Damn.
Then again, it always strikes the most at the weirdest moments.
Probably nothing
I see
much
you've
to learn.
bested
I
Barbaricia.
guess.
Well done.
Her minions too are all crystallized or scattered. The day is ours.
What of my sister? Tell me you learned something about Ashdaya.
There was someone in the forums that was annoyed that a lot of all these like archfiends were like villains of the week.
And her crystal yielded not.
What do you mean villains of the week?
That they were just like one dungeon boss, one trial boss, pretty much.
So?
Yeah, they're
How
meant.
are they going to introduce the Archfiends otherwise? Scarmilione is the weakest of the 4. How are they going to introduce him? How else are they going to introduce him? Jesus Christ.
That's how they wanted to use them. Also, they're patch content bosses, so they're going to die within the patch content.
Yeah. Typically.
I think this story is the one that's gone on the longest, because wasn't Elidibus died in like
he died
5.2.
He died at the end before Heaven's Word.
Elidibus?
Oh, Elidibus? No, we never met Elidibus. Because he became the Heart of Zodiac.
Well, it was like he...
Dude, I'm making the joke of, the edible that we meet wasn't the one who knew who Azam was.
Yeah.
We have deprived your sister's captor of another powerful champion. With Zero, we may yet challenge Golbez and his minions.
I'm just saying right now it's
we could not have
6.3 and we still have the...
Thank you, Zero.
Still have Golbez.
I but fulfilled my part of the bargain. And now I will have my...
I'm saying it's one of the longest patch content bosses, you know?
Her ether is nearly spent. Perhaps unsurprising given how much power she used.
Technically speaking, Elidibus, while introduced in post Realm Reborn, was never a boss until what was it, 5.3?
I'd have to look it up again. I thought it was 5.2 he died.
I wouldn't want to face
maybe
another archfiend
maybe
without
he...
her. We should hurry back to Zero's domain.
Endwalker. Technically. He was crystallized.
Agreed.
In,
eager though I am to
5.3.
continue, it would be unwise to risk our lives for the sake of haste. Let us suspend the mission and tend to Zero.
I think he showed up in 5.2 and yeah, I think it was 5.3.
Yeah, because 5.3 is...
So he was like two patches. He was like a main villain for 2 patches. And so far...
I'm gonna say 5.3 is associated with the trial involving him.
Yeah. And the Golbez has been shown the villain of... He showed up at the end of 6.1.
Yeah,
and he's still the villain so far. So I'm saying it's probably one of the longer patch villains. Probably the only one who's probably as long as probably Nidhogg.
To be fair, Nidhogg was never a patch villain. He was an expansion villain.
Yeah, and then he came back as a patch villain.
No, he did not come back as a patch villain. He was never truly dead. Oh yay, she gets to visit the source once again. Only this time without a psychotic blonde man.
You think that they would do Zeramis
I'm kind of hoping so. Zemus was, although technically he was Zemus before becoming Zeromus. You gotta remember, he transforms when fighting Golbez and Fusoya.
Does the fucking 13 have weather? I'm like looking at the corner, there's the weather fucking...
Hang on. Vacuity!
I'm glad I asked.
Empty! Because that's what vacuity basically is. It's basically empty.
I'm glad I asked.
Like, does this does it have a weather thing? Yes, it does, and I'm glad.
I'm like looking at it in the corner there, and like, wait a minute.
Like, what the hell is that? Is that a weather thing? Me checks. Yep.
Like, well, it was always funny because back when the final day is just the apocalypse.
You should
weather.
have seen that stream, Jason, when I had the literal apocalypse. Like, every few feet, monkeys just wanted to throw hands.
End of the world, monkeys still throwing shit.
Literally.
I'm first gonna get all my classes to 50 and then progress further.
I'm going to get my classes to 80. I do want that mount.
I think I want some of my classes to be at different points because then I'll just farm them with like tribal quests with some of them. I am grinding out my tribals.
Froth and foam!
Speaking of which, I'm now sworn with the Vanu, so I was able to get their mount too.
Only tribal mount I've gotten is the Amaro. Man, that is such a gross sound.
Just like fucking getting out of the fucking...
Ah, you're all safe.
Almost has like a watery, like disgusting sound.
Like a disgusting watery sound.
Like mucky water.
A moment while I close the gate.
I was waiting for it to just go tink.
Wish.
No, I was waiting for a tink.
Yeah.
Oh,
There.
we may need a bigger pot.
We may rest easy for now. Was there any trouble? I expect some void scent slipped through.
A few did, aye. But we were ready and dealt with them without incident.
That is well. I cannot thank you enough for your vigilance.
Yes, you're grateful. But aren't you forgetting something more important? You know, the polite but warm formalities one delights in hearing when their little brother returns from a long journey.
Friggin' pervert.
Indeed. You are right.
They're not actually brothers. It's a sort of a...
It is good to be home again, among those who I love dearly and missed so much.
And we are glad to receive you, Vashan. Welcome home.
Chambers have been prepared for your use at Megaduta. Let us take Zero there at once.
Oh hey, looky here. Ether all around.
Do keep in mind that she's only part void sent, so less likely to go stir crazy with hunger.
Our mission took many an unexpected turn. I am relieved that we have all returned safely. But before you all enjoy the rest you have earned 12 times over, I would consult you on one last matter.
Zero.
She looks so weird without the hat. It's unnatural.
While she appears none the worse for wear, she remains locked in slumber, and I cannot help but worry. Is there aught we can do to expedite her recovery? If her ether is exhausted, perhaps I can share some of mine now.
In the wastelands of the 13th, one can only replenish ether by taking it from others, be it by trade or by force. In contrast, the source is rich in ambient ether. Simply being here and drawing breath, Zero will absorb what she needs.
Then we need but wait?
I believe so. She will awaken in time, and when she does, give her something to eat. Judging by her form, she should also be able to derive nourishment from food. I know you promised her your ether, but perhaps she might appreciate fine harnish cuisine more.
Food can certainly be arranged.
She looks like any other person. Unsurprising, perhaps, given that she is only part void sent.
Zero said before that Xenos had altered her essence. A change wrought, I suspect, with the power of darkness. It acted upon the part of her that is void-sent, rendering it dominant. Thus we were able to reverse it with the power of light. I labor to believe that Xenos possessed such arcane knowledge. In all likelihood, it came from Fandaniel. Were Zero wholly void-sent, I doubt the crystal would have had an effect on her. One might say that Hydaelyn had a hand in your meeting.
Crystal Mommy always getting.
It is no exaggeration to say that Zero has proven herself
even by
invaluable.
accident.
A boon from Hydaelyn herself. Her cooperation may come at a price, but whatever it is, I am willing to pay it. Exhausting though it may be at times.
Alright, time to get some food for the ether-starved woman thing. I could say this. Of a mortal's ether. Doesn't wants the dumbfounded expression of what?
Light. Is this an inn? What happened? How did I get here? There's no time. I must rejoin the battle. I must...
What battle?
Oh, you're awake! Wonderful!
First thing she sees an elephant woman.
What is this? Some sort of fiend? A fiend? Where is it? Where?
Yeah, I was about to get something for myself to eat, but then I'm like, oh shit, I'm not missing this.
This is no time for jokes. You're in the source, my dear. The world next door. So to speak. The others brought you here after you collapsed.
Can I just say, it's just that when she turns her head, it's just her face moves. It's only her
Yeah.
face. I know why. But it looks so funny. It's like those cartoons, you know, where you just see someone's face just, you know, just where their face is just moving off of their face. You know what I mean? That's what it reminds me of.
I'll fetch them at once. Wait, just a moment.
I took the liberty of arranging refreshments. I hope you find them as flavorful as they are invigorating.
This isn't what you promised. I suppose ether is ether.
Wait. Don't tell me you don't know how to eat?
Man, no wonder they tell you not to shop at Whole Foods.
I took what I needed from it. What's the problem?
Where's the enjoyment in that? You're supposed to bite, to chew, to savor, and then swallow. That's the way. So, did it taste good?
Because she doesn't know
I don't know.
The long years without eating may have dulled your sense of taste.
Well, we void scent have no need for such when consuming others. There are some who speak of taste when describing the quality and affinity of their prey's ether. But I loathe the act. Taking ether in small amounts like this is one thing, but diluting my essence, diminishing myself, I'd sooner die. And I have died, countless times.
You have? But what happens when you do?
Not much. After a while you return, together with all your expended life force. The important thing is to die where others won't devour you.
Amazing! My peers who study immortality and resurrection would be most interested in this phenomenon.
The question of taste aside, I am glad that you are able to partake of food like us. I dare say it agrees with your personal preferences.
That's true. You can keep giving me the same on a regular basis.
Very well. As my guest, I shall see that you do not want for comfort. And one other thing. We brought you to our world without your consent, and for that, I apologize. If you wish it, we will return you to yours once you have regained your strength.
It's fine. I have no reason to go back.
Not a surprise.
Except for yours, perhaps. You intend to cross over again, I take it.
I do. I have yet to find my sister. I want nothing more than to rush to her aid, to find this Golbez and free her from his clutches, if he still holds her captive.
Though if our recent experience has taught us anything, 'tis that the 13th is more dangerous than we ever imagined. Caution must be our watchword.
Better late than never. In the short time you spent in our world, you left a trail of chaos in your wake. You managed to return in one piece this time, but don't assume you'll be so lucky the next.
Rest assured, we will make no assumptions and spare no preparation. Speaking of which, while we rest and ready ourselves, I ask that you tell me more about your home. In return, I will tell you about ours. I will show you my domain, Radzet Han.
Again, a stranger in this strange land.
At least you're no longer stuck with a tier 30 sub.
I have a condition. You must come too.
You have my thanks.
Too bad they don't jump when you jump. That'd be funny.
I remember early on during the in Endwalker that people were able to meet, or however you say his name, Elephant Man, to fucking go into the water when walking through the dock.
To the Dragon Girl it is. No way. There's a Makote here named Jacko Valentine. And they're using the title The Gear of Change. Fucking guilty gear. I want that thing. No! Kills Void Scent, devours the ether. I now have this thing. I'm dumb. Cutscene. Oh, it's the kid and his sister. Estinian's kids.
Reminded of the baby's kids, a little comedy thing. Instead of babies, it'd be Estadian's kids.
Oh god. I completely forgot about Bebe's kids. Jesus Christ. I still feel like that wasn't real. That it was just a fever dream.
A fever fucking dream.
How do I answer this? How do I answer this? Might as well. Zeno's this idea of play involves lots of death. That's an entirely different purpose. And now we come to this patch's name, Buried Memory.
Instead of being the first quest, it's the last quest of the patch.
Yeah, I figured it was the last quest. If I'm correct, the next one would be called Lands Revel, Gods Tremble, or something like that.
The next patch.
Okay. Yeah, I couldn't remember what it was called. Well, I've been meaning to ask, do you have any of the Dark Souls on PS4?
No.
Ah, damn.
I think I have 1 and 2 on the PC, and I had 1 on Xbox.
And because I haven't streamed Dark Souls 3 in a while, and Nameless King was kicking my ass, as he normally does. Like, it's not the first phase that gives me all of the trouble, it's the second phase. You know, when he gets off his dragon, finishes it off, and then decides to finish you off.
It reminds me of like there was like a fucking Three Kingdoms anime where like fucking Lubu, his horse gets like speared in the face, and he literally just cuts off his head.
Well, to be completely fair, the horse is in extreme pain and will most likely not live past that.
What are your impressions of Radzatan?
Better to end it quickly.
I think the horse was already dead at that point.
There's a lot of mortals.
Oh.
It's possible to survive something getting lodged into your brain. However, surviving after that is another story.
There's a few people that have got like shot stuff through their
Considering your
face
origin,
and lived.
I can see why that might be your first
There was like a
observation.
railroad worker
Although
that
they
got a
would call each
fucking
other
railroad
people.
spike through the head.
Yeah, I was gonna say, didn't someone have a railroad spike through the head and they lived for like, what, 10 years later?
They lived for a while, though his personality changed after. 'Cause he was like kind of like a subdued kind of guy. And then after that he became a fucking, like, he would get angry and shit. Like, so he had a major personality change after. There's another guy,
well,
like a Russian.
When you get a railroad spike through the face and live, it really changes your perspective on life.
There was a Russian guy who got like a
If you wish to
fucking
know about our
laser
fair
through the
city,
face.
I should be glad to place a guide at your disposal.
No need. I'll show myself around. There's only so much about my home I can share with you in return, after all. While I remember some few tales of the past, I cannot speak to their authenticity. But if that is enough, then I will tell you of the events that saw darkness engulf our world. The Contra Memoria.
Okay, we've killed Sacramento, Barbuba, and now all that's left is Cabbage Patch and Rubik's Cube. I love how you know which one is which without me saying anything.
We are all ears. Please.
Long ago, light filled the world and all was at peace.
And then the
But then the
came.
servants of darkness came, and they bequeathed a black art unto men.
Everything was at peace until
Channeling the power of hope and prayer, one could call forth fearsome beings known as Eidolons.
Eidolons is what the summons were called in Final Fantasy IV. Jeez, they're going all out on the 13th with this, aren't they?
The Ascians. And these Eidolons are surely primals.
Then you have faced the same, and understand that when an Eidolon is birthed, strife follows. And in such strife, the weak are the first to suffer. When it seemed the world would be plunged into chaos, heroes appeared. They were blessed with a singular power, the power to bind the ether of Eidolons within crystals known as Memoria. My mother was one such Memoriate. But in fighting to save many, she herself was touched by darkness. As was I.
And so you were born part Voidsent, before the world was overcome.
How exactly did that calamity come to pass? Did the Memoriates not triumph?
They did. They expunged the seeds of chaos and restored the peace, only to find themselves seduced by the darkness they had sealed. They spread the taint, transforming men into monsters, what you call Voidsent, and raised armies to wage new wars.
Not the first to be corrupted by power, nor the last.
Some defied temptation and held fast to the light. My mother and I among them. For years and years we fought, but it was not enough. And when our strength was spent, our bulwarks broken, so too was the world.
The flood of darkness.
The stars faded from the heavens as a pall black as pitch enveloped creation. Darkness raged unchecked, rending the very walls of reality. I was cast into the rift, and there trapped for what felt like an eternity. Until I came upon a crack. Tiny, infinitesimal, but enough for me to squeeze through. And find my world changed beyond recognition. Into the lightless waste you saw.
So that is how you were able to escape becoming a void scent in full.
I suppose I should consider myself fortunate. Were I like most others, I wouldn't have lasted a day before being devoured. We, the lost, are better equipped to survive in a lost world.
A lost world, you say? I wouldn't be so sure. The 13th is still there, is it not?
What are you getting at?
To explain requires that we initiate you into the truth of the source and its reflections. Be warned that this will take a while.
Several cutscenes will play in sequence.
Several explanations will be explained in sequence.
Then, unlike the worlds that have been rejoined, mine still...
The Oracle of Light prevented the first from being completely overcome. So the situation may not be completely identical to that of your 13th. But the fact remains that we were able to restore a measure of balance to a world brought to the brink of destruction. After which, some intrepid young souls succeeded in restoring life back to lands thought lost to light. Which gives me cause to hope the day may yet come when life springs forth anew in the 13th. Of course, these are only possibilities. I offer no guarantees. But having experienced what we have, I dare say we are more qualified than most to speak on the matter.
Wait, I don't understand. Why would you say these things? As if you mean... But the sole reason you came to the Void was...
To find a dragon, aye. And in light of what we've seen, we'd be fools to strive for more. But we Scions, former Scions, begging your pardon, have a habit of not leaving well enough alone, and old habits die hard. Don't they, my friend?
Are you alone? Good.
Restoring the light would serve our efforts to find and free Ashdaya. There is no reason not to try.
Do as you will. I have no desire to save that world.
Be that as it may, we will have need of your power when next we face Void Scent.
You know how it works. If you want my help, you must pay my price. And now that you've drawn Golbez's attention, it's going to cost you more. A lot more.
Hi, Guru.
One of my friends went to Texas to see his fiance.
I would consider
and
this
family
a deposit.
fucking loses one of their cats. The cats that was close to him. Thankfully, he found him like once he got back. He was pretty damn pissed.
Jesus.
Don't blame him. Cat was probably outside for like a week and a half. But probably nothing.
Thankfully, most cats are innate hunters.
Yeah.
Or scam artists. Let's not forget, there are cats that can fool other humans into feeding them.
He'd come back thinner. But
Because he wasn't being fed as much.
yeah.
What the fuck? Meanwhile, at Golbez's throne,
First Scarmiglione, and now Barbariccia. Useless, the both of them.
'Twas no lie. They conspire with a memorial.
And their search for the dragon will lead them here. The war looms nigh. We cannot allow these interlopers to interfere.
If I may, my lord, I have a plan to eliminate them. In order to guarantee its success, however, I will require Cagnazzo's cooperation. Now there's sport to be had, then I'll play along. As much as I dislike following your lead, I have no patience for scheming.
Well and good to have confidence, but do not forget the cost of failure.
Rest assured, I will see the dream to fruition. Even should I be consumed by my own flames, I will pave the way for one and all.
Then I will trust in your oath and your plan.
We will give you cause to rejoice, my lord. This I vow.
can't wait to face Cabbage.
Some excitement for a trip.
Can't wait to get him to fight Cabbage Patch of Rubik's Cube.
No sacrifice is too great. Even should my 4 archfiends be lost, I will not halt my steps. The prison of passivity is an obstacle to my cause, and so you must fall. What irony that the blessed damned should set us free. As I swore so long ago. The gate lies open. At long last. My ambition shall be fulfilled!
Once more into the void.
Everyone is so carefree.
Not exactly. I mean, like, just a few
Unafraid and unconcerned in spite of their weakness. And how easily their lives could be torn apart in an instant.
To be completely fair, like 3 weeks ago, it was the literal apocalypse.
Such luxuries are lost to us. We have no hopes or dreams. And even the release of
It
death.
shows you how
Only hunger.
long, how crazy 13.
Others are a means to an end. At times, a literal one. We forge covenants with men and come here to feed. Or to die. I thought it would be no different when I was summoned by Xenos. Lives were tools to him, to be used and discarded at whim. In that respect, he was a void-sent at heart. But towards you, and you alone, he behaved differently. And I cannot fathom why. What was it that drove him? What made him choose such an end? But enough about that man. He is dead and we are all better for it. Why are you here? Was there something you needed? So you're heading back now. Then as per our bargain, I will go as well.
Zoom! Oh, I don't think I told you. I did manage to get the Nosferatu minion.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then, when I was doing the Wondrous Tales last week.
I still need to finish my last week one.
Yeah, 'cause I had third or fourth circle of Asphodelos, and I'm like, fourth circle it is. I still don't have the
Everyone
minion.
is here? Good. Let us set forth for the void once more.
What is it?
I'm sorry?
He's calling.
What is the meaning of this?
Unless I'm mistaken, that was intended for one of your kin. Who?
It was for the briefest of moments, but I felt her. Ashdire.
I thought she was in the void.
As did I. Yet the presence was unmistakable. Thus did I call out, only for it to fade and vanish.
Perhaps she crossed over to the source, then immediately turned back.
I do not know. Could she have found a way home?
It's a trap.
The how of it aside, if she was indeed in the
It's a
source,
tarp.
there may be clues where she came through that could lead us back to her.
It's a fap! But no, it's clearly a trap.
Where exactly was it that you felt her presence?
Far to the north. That was all I could discern.
The north, you say? Beyond the bounty? Garlemald?
As good a place to start as any. My apologies, Zero, but your return to the void will have to wait.
I told you
Oh,
before
what a
that I have
shame.
no reason to go back there. Do as you will.
Zero literally has the energy, and the energy in that sentence is literally of Zero is literally, oh no. Anyway, that is literally her energy.
All right. I presume you wish to stay here in Radzatan until we return.
You've kept me amply fed. I wouldn't be averse to helping you on your search.
And this time she can see the places Zeno's been without having to try
If
and look through her
Ashdire was indeed
fingers.
here, other Voidsent may have made the journey as well. Very well. We would welcome your company.
If it's decided, then I'll contact our associates in Garlemald. It's me. Still talking everyone's ears off, I trust? Understood. We'll see you there. We're to rendezvous at Tertium.
Tertium, the place where that Garlean legate is.
We'll need to teleport to make it there in time.
Played
Can you?
Sudoku.
Aye. I know it well from
Once
my time as
again,
an
I
avatar.
play Russian roulette with myself. Seems that I
Then it
never win.
seems we're all set.
That just reminds me of that.
If there's
clip
nothing
from,
else, let us see to our final
Rugrats, where it's just
preparations.
Like, played Russian roulette with some friends. Oh, good. Did you win? And the grandpa's just like, you don't know what that is, do you? I don't know if that was an actual clip or something edited for shitposts.
Seems like something that they might have just slipped in. I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, we're talking about like 90s cartoons here. There was
Yeah, there was a lot
shit. Just
like
look at Courage the
hidden.
Cowardly Dog as a prime example. Jesus
Never.
fucking Christ.
My grandparents had cable. I'd never like watch anything like Ed and Eddie. I would watch Courage the Cowardly Dog.
Ah yes, let us allow a child to watch this show that is totally not suspicious.
Might explain why I'm fucked up.
I just assumed you were beaten like a redheaded stepchild. Yeah, Courage the Cowardly Dog was such a great show.
There was a lot of adult humor that was fit in some of those kids' cartoons.
Hold on, I want to enjoy this scene.
The blood is still
Phil,
there.
why is it still fucking there? This is what I came in here for, to see if it was still there. Why is that still there? I'd understand that if I was still in Endwalker in and of itself, but I'm past that. Why is that still fucking Why? Why is it still? Why is that bloodstain still there? Jesus Christ, man.
Need more iron in his diet.
Any moment now.
My friends, 'tis good to see you again.
And you. I was worried that the cold wouldn't agree with you, but you're both looking quite well.
You get used to it. It helps that there's no shortage of fuel and heaters like before.
Glad to hear it. Have you been working in Garlemald all this time?
We have. Though the worst is behind them, the people still have a long road ahead. With the nation in ruins and the leadership void yet to be filled, there remains a lack of direction, a pervasive sense of aimlessness and worry.
Still, everyone wants to make things better. And we're here to help.
Yeah.
Free company invite.
A lot of
end up making my
Guardians
own free
wanted
company
nothing
called
to
the
do with us,
Freelancers,
but they're
and
starting
all
to come
it
round.
is
Slowly,
people
but
who are just
surely.
sick and tired of getting free company invites. And it's just
Maybe.
like, yes, we know the irony is in there, but we know that you can't send a company invite to someone who's already in a free company.
Maybe at some point I should make someone for a goblin just so you can make it.
Wait, do I have that right?
What?
That you can't send a free company invite to someone who's in a free company.
Nope, you can't.
Okay, I was right. Yeah, just like, 'cause I used to get them a ton when I was still a sprout.
You're too kind.
And I just realized
But it's
that
thanks to the cooperation of
Fafnir
like-minded
character is still a
souls that
sprout.
we've been able to make any progress.
My Fafnir character is still a sprout. She's going to
You will need 3 other people to sign on for the free company, though.
I know. At some point I will, but
The allied
not now.
nations continue to send supplies, which allow us to meet basic needs such
Maybe
as
I'll
food
make a
and shelter.
goblin character, just get far enough so
Meanwhile,
they'll be
Euless and a
one
number of soldiers have begun a restoration
Signature.
initiative, with more and more volunteers
Oh, they
joining
have to
by the
all be
day.
from the same world?
I think they have to be all from the same data center. I'm already a part of a free
Like
company,
Alphinaud
my
said,
own
they've got
free
a long
company.
road ahead of them. But we'll get there together, one step at a time.
I guess I could test it with
But
my
enough about
second
events
character.
What brings you to us?
You want
And
to?
a new
you could just
company
look it up.
besides.
I think it's crystal. It's the data center itself. I'm
This may
pretty
take
sure
rather a
because
long
one of
time
my
to
friends,
explain,
instead
but
of
bear with
using
me.
one character, he made like a new character to help us get it established.
Yeah, but I'm not interested in it right now. I'm just glad I get them far less frequently.
The 13th? After traveling to the edge of existence, I thought you'd keep your escapades closer to home for a while.
Wait, after traveling to the edge of existence, how could I?
But I suppose there's no stopping you. Not that I'm one to talk, of course.
The heart of an adventurer cannot be denied.
You could have at least invited me, too. Surely there was room enough for me and Grahar in the undersea vault.
Aww. The tier... The tier
Seems like
3
you were
sub is
kinda
jealous.
busy.
Wait. The tier 3 sub is jealous. The tier 5 sub went and not her. I am not letting my OnlyFans joke die, okay? It's way too funny.
I know. I only meant to tease. Mostly.
Bullshit. We all know you have a body pillow of the Warrior of Light.
But on a more serious note, are we sure it's wise to keep Xenos' former avatar around?
Graha has like 6 body pillows, and Xenos had the rest.
I understand
like
how you came
Xenos.
to work together.
He paid more in your
but
sub.
nevertheless,
He's a tier 47 sub. Yes, his tier is going to keep going up every time I mention it, okay?
You're right
He's a
to be
tier 47
cautious.
sub. Here,
I'm a
tier
void sent,
59
after all.
sub.
But do not conflate me with Xenos. To recall my time in his service, it angers.
Angry.
is that so? I think we'll get along just fine, you and I.
Funny because like one of
Now
the
that
only
we are all
times where
closed up,
someone actually listened to
matter at
LSA
hand.
was Xenos.
And that angers her more. And Xenos listened, and he's like, nope, still don't get it.
As
He
we were
didn't
about to
get
resume our search
anything
in the
out of
void,
it that
I felt the
probably
presence
she
of my
expected
sister
him to get out of
Ashdale
it.
in the source. Somewhere in the far north.
It's like that time
Perhaps
Speed
even here
Racer,
in Gallen.
Speed Racer made the vice president of Avalonia commit suicide, and then when he goes to look at the wreckage just to see if he feels anything. Nope, still nothing. You ever notice that about the Speed Racer from the 90s? How much of a fucking sociopath he looks like?
Was it from the
Or
90s?
heard anything
I
out
know
of the
there was a
ordinary.
60s, 70s
I must
version,
know.
and I don't know if I'm confusing that with the 90s.
Also, I looked up that Russian guy
matter of
that
fact, we may
got the
have.
laser spew through the face.
In recent days,
He decided to
we've had
look
contend
into
with
a
surprising
particle
number of
accelerator.
voidsent. And not the lesser kind that occasionally manifest, but ones possessed of
That
considerable
he
power.
saw a light of 1,000 suns when he did that.
Oh, he saw the light of 1,000 suns, all right. That's the last thing
Right
that
through its-
and that is the last thing that I ever saw. Who the fuck looks through a particle accelerator?
That guy.
This is why humanity will never achieve space travel.
You think they might have been summoned? By whom?
We're not sure. But as Euless reminded us, practitioners of a certain traditional Garlean art rely upon void-sent servants. The very same I believe you have mastered.
Mastered.
Oh my god! I actually got called out on that. Holy shit!
Yeah, as long as you have it unlocked, that text dialogue
Oh my god!
shows up.
Man, I should have unlocked. I should have unlocked Lancer, then unlocked Dragoon, stopped right, and then stopped right, and then stopped when I could, for Heaven's Word. Because I know that it's mentioned if you do Heaven's Word as a Dragoon.
While there are no known Reapers left in Garlemald, we can't rule out the possibility that some are working in secret.
There's a point in Stormblood where Kryl tells you to get the fuck over here and heal.
Small feat.
You're a healer.
But if Ashdaya was indeed called from the void...
Yeah, I remember, yeah, that's right after Xenos kicks your ass. Just Xenos walks in, fucks up everyone's shit, doesn't elaborate, leaves.
It's like I had no fun here, I'm going somewhere else.
I had no fun here. I'm taking my toys and going elsewhere.
Then it is likely the same party is responsible. Alternatively, the etheric confluence at the Tower of Babel may have triggered an expansion of natural fissures one could use to cross over. But I think that improbable, if not impossible.
Then we must assume these events have indeed been orchestrated.
Well, summoned or no, we've been trying to track them to their origin. It's the mountains to the east, we think.
Can you guide us there?
I would, but the terrain is too difficult to traverse on foot. Nor is flying an option due to the winds.
Too much ground to cover in any case. Is there no way to narrow it down?
There is one place we thought to look first. An isolated village rumored to have once been home to a Reaper Order.
That would indeed make an excellent start. Though the question of how to get there remains.
Eulus may be of assistance. Let us return to Camp Broken Glass and consult him.
I still remember when I met when you meet the Legator, when I met the Legators, and he's like, "Don't approach the man with the giant sword." God, even he's calling me out on it. Can I just say I actually like Zero's armor set? Although I feel like it's going to be unique to her. You know what I mean?
I'd have to look. See, I don't think
I do like the look, but I feel
the clothing itself looks familiar to me. I don't think I've ever seen the hat, but there might be the hat somewhere.
maybe.
Let me see if there's.
My cat. Hold on, Kuro wants to be in the other room. Yes, you do, but you're just a little. You're a little stinker. Cat noises.
Yeah, it's just like meh.
By the way, she's 9. She'll be 10 years old this July.
Nice.
Mhm.
How old do cats usually live for?
I don't know.
I think it's like so.
I know that they can live for a long time.
What was it you wished to talk about?
And if they live long enough, their tail splits in two and they become an anime cat girl.
Average lifespan for pet cats is probably around 13 to 14, but some have lived to be 30.
What is it that you stand to gain?
I'm sorry?
Wonder if it also depends on what type of cat.
You don't act on behalf of a higher power, nor are you bound by a contract. In spite of this, you help them. Why?
And there I thought it was something serious. I help them because I want to. Because it's the right thing to do.
But what do you stand to gain? You didn't answer the question.
Didn't I?
Like how I looked up Zero's attire, and one of the results from Reddit is Zero is hot.
I don't know if you heard that, but that was me taking off my headset, placing it on the table, and just putting my hands, my face in my hands.
Was there anything else? If not, let's keep moving.
I think her attire might be exclusive. I'll just do her for now.
Yeah, until it hits the Mog station.
To act not out of obligation or in pursuit of gain. To simply live. And they survive like this.
Yeah, that one Russian guy, he's lucky that his particles weren't accelerated past what they were.
One has said that she is using a male Midlander body.
No. Female. I can tell just by looking at the size difference here. Ignis's average height.
Yeah, I was saying, like, I'm saying, like, I'm not sure about that answer.
But I do like how if you've unlocked and have acquired a certain class, they call you out on it. I love that. You just don't get stuff like that with with a lot of games. You know what I mean? Oh, someone pointed out something recently, and I'm surprised I didn't think about this. They have not released a Switch port of Wind Waker.
Didn't only the Wind Waker and the Twilight Princess port was only on like the Wii U?
Yeah. My question is, okay, but why though?
I don't know. I feel like they can do a lot of ports.
I mean, Twilight Princess and Wind Waker are among the most popular of the Zelda games. Which is really saying something.
Is Twilight Princess as popular as it was?
Well, it may have died down.
I feel like Wind Waker had like the opposite of like Twilight Princess, where people were hating on it to begin with, and
because
like
of its
started
looks.
like.
I thought it.
Yeah.
I loved it because of the look. I'm like, I fucking love this. Everything's so simple.
But people have lightened up on it, but like I think with
I think one of my
Twilight
favorite things is that some enemies react appropriately if you poke them in the butt. Especially the moblins. It's so fucking funny. Poking him in the butt, dancing around with hands on his ass. God.
The Minish Cap, they got the when they released the Game Boy Advance emulator thing, they brought the Minish Cap, which is it's inspired by the Wind Waker's art style.
Yeah, I know. Actually, Four Swords was when that art style started.
You know what would be really good? They should
Wind Waker, I mean.
They should have Four Swords on the.
Yeah, the original Four Swords, not just Four Swords Adventure.
Yeah, they should have both. Because
you couldn't play Four Swords without 3 other people. Because you needed the Link to the Past Game Boy GBA port.
You had to have the fucking port cables too. Which is probably why like Four Swords Adventures didn't take off very well, was because it needed all that bullshit.
Let's look for Void Send. Stupid controller.
If they ever made a port of Radiant Historia for the Switch, I would fucking buy that day one. That game stuck on the DS and the 3DS. The music writer for Kingdom Hearts also did Radiant Historia. I could probably play it for you and you'd be like, yeah, this sounds like Kingdom Hearts music. I feel like the Radiant Historia is one of the only games that did time travel right. Because like you could only do time travel once you got the White Chronicle. You go jumping between two timelines to progress each other. Should probably see if I can get a 3DS emulator because my hinge on my 3DS fucking broke. I remember doing this quest on the second day of patch and just seeing the amount of fucking void sense because of how many people are doing this quest step.
Okay.
All finished, are we? Good. The cold doesn't let up out here, does it? They've the means to keep everyone warm at Camp Broken Glass and Tertium. But the measures are still only temporary. Subsisting on charity. Dreading the day the sympathy of others is exhausted. It's no way to live. They need lasting safety and security. Though things will never be as they once were. If we can restore a modicum of normalcy to their lives, maybe that will be enough for them to move forward. If we're to achieve that, we have to work harder. I have to work harder. Oh, come now. You think I don't know my own limits?
That was cute.
Still, I appreciate your concern. Well, our work here is done. We should be heading back. I hope Alphino and Zero haven't gotten into any trouble. I cannot imagine how awful it must have been to serve as Xenos' avatar. To not only suffer him, but so much else. She's a fighter, all right. Like you and me.
Meanwhile, at Tertium,
Thank you, miss. Thank you.
This feels strangely familiar.
Excuse me, Alphino. My wife, she's come down with a high fever. Do you think you could take a look at her?
Of course. Give me a moment. Zero, may I leave the rest here to you?
Fine by me.
Yeah, Zero, this is what we call civil service.
Thank you again for your help. Zero, was it? I take it you're one of Alphino's comrades?
Comrade? We've entered into a cooperative pact, if that's what you mean.
Pact? No, nothing so formal. What I mean is, you must know each other well. Be on good terms, enjoy each other's company, that sort of thing.
Then no, he's not my comrade. I have none. Nor will I ever, I think.
Oh.
Did I say something odd?
No, not at all. On the contrary, it makes sense. When Alphino and the contingent first arrived, we rejected them out of hand. Whatever they may have claimed, they were the enemy. Savages with their savage ways. To accept their help was to admit defeat. But no matter how poorly we treated them, they didn't turn their backs on us. They stayed and listened. That's just the kind of people they are. Makes sense they'd get along with someone like you who tries to push others away.
Get along? I'm upholding my part of the bargain. There's nothing more to it than that.
If you say so. Ah, I'd nearly forgotten why I came. Are you hungry?
Huh?
Got a friend request mid fucking. Let's see.
We all get rations, and considering the work you're doing, you're as good as one of us.
I am running low on ether. Very well.
Azim step-style dumplings. Butz, they call them.
Booze. Did you say buzz or booze?
Never had a dumpling. It's like the kind of bread stuffed with a filling. Meat or vegetables, usually, that you bake or steam. We have our own recipes in Garlemald, too. My mother liked to make them. My brother and sister always fought over the jam-filled ones. Just think of it as bread, all right?
Food animation.
food animation.
There was someone in the forums that complained about the taking time to make food animation, and it's like they could have done a transformation animation.
What are they talking about? This is pretty good. You don't see food animations very often in
Well,
video
it's
games.
like, let people do what they want to do.
I mean, come on. Although I am reminded of that one game Markiplier played where he just said, "Why does the cheese have bad physics?"
I've barely ever watched Markiplier. I really know him more through memes and obviously his voice.
Yeah. But, yeah, food animations are very rare in video games.
Interesting.
Even in today, you rarely see it, you know what I mean? It's usually just sitting there. Static.
Interesting good, or interesting...
I don't know much about taste.
The Japanese version of the fighting Foodons opening was just a whole bunch of
I was sure no one knew what that was. I was sure no one else knew about that anime. I felt, because I would mention it, people would just look at me like I grew a tree out of my ear.
But the Japanese openings had still images of actual food.
Yeah, they did.
Not necessarily.
That's enough for me.
That
I've heard it said that
wild.
Spices are more akin to fire
this card
than flavors.
Into,
Perhaps
onto
that
this
makes
plate
them
of
easier to
rice
understand.
and turn it into an animu warrior. Also, I managed to make meatballs come to life.
Oh no, my upside down cake. Then someone else is like, now it's a regular cake.
Are we?
I suppose I am.
No harm in that. Acquaint away.
God. You're literally the first person I've ever seen mention fighting Foodons. In fucking
everyone
years.
is here. Excellent. Thank you all for your
I'm not
hard
kidding.
work.
You don't even see anyone talk about it on Facebook.
I've just finished up myself. Shall we go and find Estinian?
Always one of those just parody shows.
This is one of those animes that nobody knows exists. This is one of those shows. It's just like nobody knows this show exists. I don't know why, but my brain read that as urine cocktail.
This again.
Yeah, this again, where my brain read that poor woman's name as...
Unable to receive. You got two who's unavailable to receive.
Yeah, don't ask. But first it was that woman in Elpis, that poor woman whose name my brain read as semen.
You're welcome for that one sentence that I brought to you later.
Unless we come under attack.
Well, we know one thing, there's more void scent here than there normally is.
Well, I have to kick you.
Yep.
Because I knew this was coming up sooner or later.
I'll just sit here on my crocodile as I usually do.
Report. Lost contact. When? Void sent. I'd bet my life on it. Understood. I'll investigate at once. A unit transporting supplies has gone silent en route to Broken Glass. I will go and search for it. Stay here and keep watch. But be ready to answer my call.
If it was void sent, you'd be a fool to go alone. They'll find you before you find your men, and then they'll devour you as well.
Perhaps you're right. Perhaps I don't stand a chance, but I can't just abandon them.
Zero's learning.
I can't repay you for the bread if you're dead. I'll go.
What? No! I couldn't possibly ask you to do that.
I'm far better suited to dealing with void scent. It makes sense. Or do you mean to say you'd rather I stay here because you can't protect this place on your own?
Okay, no need to be insulted.
Here's your balls back.
Fine. Just don't do anything stupid. Promise me.
Damn these demons!
Return to the camp. Now.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Kindred, why do you interfere? Ah, of course. You sold your soul to feed.
Is it bad that I misread incensed as incest?
Sweet home Alabama.
Yes, incest void scent. I'm just gonna go with that.
I have taken bread, but my soul is forever mine.
Bread? What is bread? Is it delicious? Is it tasty?
Does it have ether?
How many can I buy with 3 souls? Yeah, I'm not surprised.
A deal is a deal.
How much etherical intake does it have?
I cannot let you pass.
Yeah, that's like your fucking... That's the finishing move. It lets you use it every so often.
Yeah, I can
like, that's literally the level 90 ability.
Keep in mind, I got it at 8.
Still more.
I know.
Don't look at it. One of those major things I have to be in.
For sure it is. Doesn't have the teleport ability.
Yeah. But thankfully, that was a long AoE.
Not good.
Oh, it was funny when the first death on the Mother Crystal accidentally teleported on the fucking arena border and fucking got myself killed.
I can't.
My health didn't hit 0. This is scripted.
Games with their can't win fights.
How big must the gate be for their light to come through? Is this it then? Just like that time. When light still shone upon the world. When the Contra Memoria still raged.
Stand aside if you value your life.
We're only after women and wine. Darkness can take the rest.
You're not taking another step towards that village.
Stupid girl.
You were warned.
Gotcha. And now we can get back to our business.
Get up, damn you! Too weak. I need help. Someone, please.
The same mistakes. The same ends. Again and again. What should I? What could I have done? What? Who? You. What are you doing here?
Y'shtola and Estinian had matters well in hand, so we went where we were needed.
Can you stand?
All right. I will let it burn. This fire in my breast. Let it burn and rage and guide. strength is spent. I'll only get in your way.
Chin up! We'll get through this together! Stay sharp! Watch out!
I'm not finished yet.
Weather this together.
I don't remember me being able to use that. I don't have main character bullshit powers. Thing was funny is that when my friend was out doing a fate, he thought a guy was a sage when he was a machinist. I think he thought that the machinist was a sage because of the circular attack. They both look similar. Like, why did that guy heal me? He could have healed me, and he's like, I'm like, that guy's a machinist.
That's why. Don't worry, it's still your fault to do the
Do something.
Yeah, he's just like,
close.
this guy's just like, I'm
That reminds me of the fucking toilet demon from Sonic.
That is based on the same
Probably. Yeah, the garbage demon that's lost.
His name was Belphegor, that was the toilet demon's name.
Atlas always has like some pretty cool like demon designs.
You did well to find me out here.
We have Eulus to thank for that. He was quite worried when he called.
No. If it was not for you and the others,
Well, let's not fuss over details. We should return to Tertium. Can you make it that far?
I think so.
Oh, for the next few days,
Zero, are you alright?
Gonna be Zero Lenny's gonna be streaming, playing the original Dark Souls 1 with the IGN guide. Day 1 guide.
Oh no.
You should see his Bloodborne, Demon Souls, and Dark Souls 2, base Dark Souls 2. In Bloodborne, he advocated, there was just like, use the wooden shield.
Well enough. No void scent struck here, did they?
No, and there weren't any more casualties thanks to you.
0 out of 10, too much water.
No one's ever gonna let them forget that.
What are you doing?
You'll have no debts to repay, if that's what you're worried about. If anything, I owe you a week's worth of boots.
I don't know how they're pronouncing it. I swear it's pronounced booze. Someone has been a bad influence on her. Yeah, Alpha Node.
Alpha Nerd.
$10, that was his name in high school. Alpha Nerd. Anyways, this was a good stopping point for the stream.